This one's called Backtack and Elsewhere. There's a backtack alley in Midtown. A few feet out on the pink brick pavement, sprightly hopping birds dressed in gray and brown consider the gum on the sidewalk. Elsewhere, a woman in corduroy tax reports on a tiny keyboard and waits for her flight. Back down in Backtack, a construction worker lifts a manhole cover. The sun drips down the rim, alighting for the last time on a goldfish. Elsewhere, a bonobo considers the meaning of life before copulating. Elsewhere, a knife clacks against a wooden carving board. A kid walking by Backtack drops her backpack to the pavement and rifles through it until her hand lands on a new dual-fold notepad. Elsewhere, a young boy whispers his first curse. Elsewhere, a lightning bolt weaves sand into glass. Elsewhere, the batteries of a screeching fire alarm are flung to the ground. On the building over Backtack, an old man tends a garden plot. It soaks up so much sun, it breaks up the dust in his joints. Elsewhere, a cigarette hits the dry Californian grass. Elsewhere, a carpenter runs his hand along the grain. Elsewhere, a single virus in a small arms dealer on the border of Somalia and Ethiopia shifts from HIV to AIDS without a sound. In a trash can in Backtack, a rat sups on leftover honey mustard from a salad that was more croutons and cheddar than lettuce. Elsewhere, a postal worker rubs his own shoulder trying to untie the knot. Elsewhere, a chameleon's eyes jumps at the girl with her nose smeared against the glass. Elsewhere, a man in Ninja Turtles boxer shorts fills a glass with tap water. Elsewhere, a Venus flytrap snaps shut. Down one block from Backtack, but headed there soon, a man with a facial deformity, skin dripping down in soft stalactites. Laughs at a Garfield comic he read this morning. Elsewhere, a brother gives his sister the quarter that he saw first. Elsewhere, a girl skips tracks 1, 2, and 3. Elsewhere, a once yellow 76 Camaro burns through another gallon. Elsewhere, a drunk man sings his national anthem off-key. Elsewhere, an arthritic dark-eyed woman steps on an ancient landmine, weaving over Backtack. A spider repurposes last night's fruitless gossamer. The fly she didn't catch hovers over fecal matter. Elsewhere, the drummer in an Iron Maiden cover band writes his first lyrics. Elsewhere, a train slams into a semi-trailer. Elsewhere, a child realizes that some people are evil. Elsewhere, the red blinking bulb of a cell phone tower shorts out half a kilometer up. Elsewhere, a pine cone bounces after hitting brown needles. Elsewhere, a young man thinks about death, breasts, and ballpoint pens, in that order. Returning to Backtack for the last time, a young woman opens up the apartment door and picks up the last of her boxes, marked Sentimental Credit. Elsewhere, a star collapses silent. Elsewhere, a baby's eyes flutter in sleep. Elsewhere, a gasping woman grasps a spilled glass. Elsewhere, a tight explosion burns against a bullet. Elsewhere, an empty leather briefcase clacks and slashes closed for the last time. Elsewhere, a hair-ties elastic flexes and snaps. Elsewhere, a can full of garbage spits and burns black. Elsewhere, a lung contracts as a boy's back hits the ground. Elsewhere, a voice trails off, an eye blinks, a droplet streaks, a synapse flares, and 1,000 miles from Backtack, a man taps his spectacles against a desk and recalls his entire youth spent there, waiting for his life to begin.
I'll never forget the day I decided to join Facebook. It's when I blew out my knee, squatting down, peering in my neighbor's bushes, and I thought to myself, there has got to be an easier way to creep on girls. There's the difficulty of peering through a window. It's a lot harder than looking at a profile pic or 100,000 other pictures of her in many different duck-looking poses going, well, 15,000 comments go, oh my God, I love your hair. I cannot believe you're talking to Jessica. No, I can't believe you're talking to Rachel. Thousands of piles of drama in one comment thread. Plus, the difficulty of hacking into your phone line, the horrible burning shock of getting shocked is so much harder than just reading your statuses every day. 8 hours ago, I hate my boyfriend, he's so mean. 7 hours ago, I love my friend so much, I just think about you every day. 6 hours ago, eating bacon. Plus the difficulty of creeping up behind a girl and trying to bust and grab her butt is seen as wrong. But poking her 1,000 times a day on Facebook is considered not only okay, but applauded. Looking at her profile going, oh my gosh, she listens to Daft Punk. She likes Boondock Saints. It's my perfect wife. She has everything I need. Now granted, she likes 1,000 other things that I don't like, but I'm sure that doesn't really matter. And then there's a mutual friend. Instead of having to fall around trying to figure out who her friends are to know who to bother to find out stuff about her, I can just go to mutual friends, which Facebook will tell for me. Even suggesting friends for me to help creep on her. The problem is, the longer you get on Facebook, the longer you're there, the more exposed you in. I soon found myself joining groups, letting people know that, yes, I do like this pickle more than Orlando Bloom. And I definitely people need to know that I don't like being on fire. And then you start adding friends because you're desperate for more. You're like, oh man, My good friend from high school. Add my friend's sister. 18. Add some creepy guy in what is obviously a banana hammock. How many friends have got? 547? That's not enough. Add, all right. And not only that, the thing is that it absorbs you. And then finally, after several years, I got my future wife. I found my love. I finally seduced her. And I sat her down and I was like, baby, I love you. And she said, but I don't love you. Because we're not Facebook official.